Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends
What's
with our
going
two
on?
quarterbacks. Certainly
What you got to tell
in the
him?
business.
I'm gonna beat you.
I bet we're going to see. We're going to see.
Oh, it's the same score.
We live.
With all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him,
Where's that player
if he's
from?
not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
My dad's. The one that likes that bad.
I know you. Slow it down.
Harrison Butker has the honors, and we are underway in Super Bowl 58. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
What you got to tell him? He's trying to get copyrighted.
For real.
Stop saying, man. Come on. 1v1.
Welcome on Sunday.
On play action, here's Tua. Oh, he's going to take
interception.
Right
Interception.
Oh! Bro, just even if you can put the third down play over.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Stop saying my name on the light screen. You don't want to get covered if you keep turning it off. No, because you touched my name.
They'll roll him out.
Well, you did that way before he called your name.
Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field.
I said, you could
And
just
he
stay.
knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And that will be incomplete as well.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. James now to return. And they can't bring him down. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on media day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down, Tua to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's swung out to Mostert. He's into the secondary, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you have there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Dolphins are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
To the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes now to throw. That ball caught. It's Rice. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, 56 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And up he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, you know, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons. Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, they will have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
Tua now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Flush to his right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That is caught. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Tua completing it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Work in the middle of the field, and he's gone man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter two. On first down, Tagovailoa. And his throw here is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Mostert, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Tua going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Well, understandably, pass rushers keyed up for this Super Bowl, but you can't do that.
And let's face it, no one wants to lose one of these quarterbacks early in this game. So you know they're going to be protected by the officials.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
He's got his target. That's complete. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And it was a stiff on there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. A big play there for KC. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So they'll get nothing out of that play. 3rd and 7 now.
Give them the completion. No gain. But let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle, touchdown! Rashee Rice, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are back within a couple of the lead. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Mahomes will throw for it. On the move to his left. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Braxton Berrios selected to go. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Mahomes now on first down. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Mahomes to throw on second down. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 37 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now here come the Dolphins. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Going up top. They've got his man, complete. Down the left sideline. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 69 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tua now, 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers under confidence.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him the 1st down. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he's going to get out of bounds at least. So the fake spike does yield a completion. But that's a big risk to run there. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always do?
To a hit, and the ball is out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect it. To him in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team.
And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. got to take care of the rock.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down. Looking to pass. Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When you get into the second half of the tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for play.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Well, security eluded him. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well. And we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
Rolling to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd quarter, Super Bowl 58. Here's a 2nd and 10 now. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Tua. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker as to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This two shall pass, this two shall pass, and in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the fourth and final quarter.
Yellow. Here we go, first game.
On first down, Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And going deep for him. And this will be caught at the 30. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Off the play action, Tagovailoa steps away, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Escaping the pressure right. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PA. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly, trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive first and 10. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Catch is made by Hardman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Eluding the... And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on first and goal. Second down, goal to go. To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's caught.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes punching it in from a yard away. And the the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone. They were so worried about a punch up the gut or a quick pass inside, they didn't take away an easy run by the QB. Doesn't bring them all the way back, but a good scramble there to erase 2 more points from that deficit.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 6. 2:06 to play. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Here's Pacheco once again.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Mahomes will throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mahomes. And he can't get a throw up. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now 1st and goal. Here's Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to try to get them.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Now Tua. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls. But only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
Well, we've got the list here. If he gets another one or one behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Tua. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here we go. This is 4th down.
All right, come on.
Throwing Tua. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left to the upright. And this is going to remain a 1-point game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. One final try for Tagovailoa. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Leo Chanel in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.